All right, this is Rough Stuff Podcast number 10. My name is Garrett, and I got Zack here.
Hey.
Mallory.
Hello.
And we were going to have Dan Frederickson, but he got in his truck and drove away and forgot about the podcast. So we got another Dan.
We have our sit-in Dan.
We got a sit-in Daniel Vance.
How you doing?
What's up? So Mallory, what's going on? What are we going to talk about today?
Basically, we just want to get the ball rolling again. We spent, the last 3 months not doing a podcast. Things got kind of shaken up. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows why, with coronavirus. And so some of our staff was working from home, and that included Garrett and myself. And Daniel was quarantined, and Zack was holding down the fort.
Always work to be done. Yeah, Daniel had to get pulled out for a medical reason, and then Garrett and Mallory actually just had a baby not too long ago, so it was a much better choice for them to stay home.
Yeah.
But overall, we got pretty lucky with not too many staff having to leave, just a couple other guys.
Yeah, and Garrett's mom made masks for everyone who was here, so we had some embroidered Rough Stuff masks. We did social distancing.
I remember Dan, I think you were like, can I weld diff covers from home?
Yes, I wanted to take my welder home. It was 100% okay.
I'm surprised you don't already have one at home.
I have one, just not this great.
Oh, okay.
It's a cheapo.
So now we're back. We're trying to get the podcast ball rolling again. We're still doing social distancing. We had our staff meeting today outside in an open air area and had everybody as distant as we could while still having a meeting.
That was a good staff meeting too today.
It was a great staff meeting.
Yeah.
We have them monthly.
Really
you can usually check our stories. Sometimes there's some people on our stories for some things.
And we do like these. Actually, we got the idea from one of our employees, Danny, and it's like a recognition forum where other employees can recognize other employees that work here for stuff they do that's
doing a good job
above and beyond. Yeah, it's doing a good job. It's helping out the team. So
extra mile.
There was 25 minutes of like people recognizing other people. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So
that was fun. We are still working on, catching up, getting packages out. Things are back to normal, I would say, around here as far as staff levels and things like that. We're still doing our cleaning protocols. The break rooms are still socially distanced.
Yeah.
And things like that. Zack, you want to fill us in a little bit on those changes?
Yeah, so I mean, just like, virtually every other company who has been able to operate through all this, we had to make a lot of changes and just kind of tweaks to our day-to-day operations to make it safer for the team, and their families, by connection. So, like Mallory mentioned, keeping not too many people in the break room, cleaning it multiple times a day instead of once a day. And that's pretty much the same with every common area. And then
we got the drive up and go now. So we don't allow walk-in customers in our sales office. We do a drive up and go service where you call ahead of time. It's basically will call, but you pay for it over the phone and the sales team drops it in your trunk or the bed of your truck.
I think the new website too is going to have some sort of feature, right? Where I think
it's been a great service that we'd like to continue. I think it's pretty cool.
I think we're adding an option during checkout for like a will call option, and then we're going to have like a notification system that notifies you when it's ready for pickup. And so we're actually going to be modifying how we're doing, how the business is operating. I think everyone's been doing that though. Like so many people are doing like Zooms and from home.
I personally love the change in Zooms. There's a volunteer project I do with the Loomis Chamber, and all of the meetings are now Zooms, and I think it's great.
Yeah,
I don't have
pretty
to.
Convenient.
Yeah, I don't have to leave the office, and I mean it's literally like 2 miles from here, but it's very convenient, so that's nice.
Yeah,
yeah, and even despite all this stuff going on, we're still doing a lot of different stuff. Like Garrett mentioned, work on revamping our entire website with a new back end and everything. And that will make the user experience on our website a hell of a lot better. And then, we're still cranking out new products. We're still working as many hours as there are in the day, every single day. We've been very fortunate to be pretty busy during all this stuff. We've actually had to pick up a couple more staff members to fill in the gaps, which has been pretty nice. Because everybody needs a good job that'll give them opportunity to grow. So it's been a blessing to be able to offer that and keep going. While a lot of other people are having a hard time, we've been able to, keep everybody paid, keep everybody fed, and keep on trucking, which has been pretty nice.
And our customers have been extremely supportive, extremely understanding. of just the changes in protocol and things like that, and getting backed up for a while. And everybody's been really good about it. And our shipping staff, our welding staff, our sales staff, I mean, they've really stepped up, as if they already weren't doing a great job. They've really stepped up, and it's been pretty incredible.
Yeah, I think Placer County's been pretty good too, as far as like not a lot of people infected and not a lot of deaths. So that's also been nice, obviously, for the whole county. Made things easier for us, less risk, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because honestly, that was my biggest nightmare, especially with a lot of the upper end staff being out of the office. Is like, if we did have an outbreak here, we got to shut the whole thing down, you know. And so we're really lucky and fortunate that our guys and gals are all smart enough and care enough not to go risk themselves, and then thus the whole team, you know, if we're going out and hanging out with too many friends or getting too close, you know, at the grocery store or somebody else, whatever you got to do. But
yeah,
been very fortunate everyone's taking it serious enough to, you know, be safe in that regard, because it only takes one person and then nobody can come to work.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
How did the Corona stuff affect you, Daniel?
I know you were bothering George quite a bit.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. I'm not one of those people that sits down all day, every day.
How long were you out for again?
I think it was just under 2 months. It was a while.
And you said you finished Netflix completely, right? It was done?
Done.
Yeah, I finished 3 shows and unlocked everything on Call of Duty, and then I was kind of done with being inside. It was pretty terrible. I didn't leave the apartment at all.
Nice.
Yeah, the day you came back to work, you had the biggest smile on your face, so excited. Same with the other people who were, you know, I was really excited to come back too. And we were lucky, Garett and I were lucky, because when the quarantine started, our daughter was only 5 months old, I think. And so we got to spend some really crucial, important time at home with her. So it was kind of good for us, but it was still a total struggle and really stressful having a very young baby.
Well, the biggest thing, you guys aren't just taking time off. You're working still, you know, so now you're working while watching a kiddo.
Huge juggle. Yeah.
Big shift.
Yeah. When it got spooky, we went to the grocery store, like kind of when the outbreak started happening, and there was nothing anywhere. Everything was limited what you can buy, but there was nothing there.
Like the toilet paper thing was like the freaking weirdest. I didn't believe it. When that was first going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way. This is just some
joke.
What joke? Yeah. And I go to the freaking store and it's like completely barren.
You notice now you can't buy anything over like a 2-pack.
Yeah. And it's quantity per person. I think they're trying to avoid people hoarding again, because it's unfair. Even diapers were a huge concern because diapers are really expensive. So the families who could afford to buy 5 or 6 cases, then the one mom who's paycheck to paycheck and can't get 5 cases. So there's none for her.
Did you guys ever see that video of like the dad doing the math on the toilet paper online, the viral one?
No.
Where it was like, he was doing the math. He's like, okay, there's like 2 shits per, or like 2 shits for every 20 pieces of toilet paper. And there's like this many
there's
pieces.
Like 400 in a roll.
Yeah,
and then one pack of Costco like has like 20,000 sheets. He's like, so that's 37 shits a day. He's like, can we all calm down?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah,
it was hard because like I literally was watching this on the news, being like, what a bunch of assholes taking up all the toilet paper. And then my fiance is like, we only have 2 rolls left, and I was like, oh my gosh, like
that's where we were too.
We actually don't have any. And
so before it got really bad, the grocery stores, Target didn't have any. Garett was like, what about Home Depot?
Yeah,
because they have that stuff. And so Garett went to Home Depot. They had a pallet out. I think you only came home with 2 packs because we didn't think it was going to be that serious.
That lasts us like a month or 2, though.
We just didn't think it was going to be that long. And so, yeah, that was weird. I don't know. Did you guys hear about the murder hornets? Like that thing came out a couple weeks ago, and I saw a meme that was like, "What are murder hornets, and how much toilet paper do I need to buy?"
Or the ones that were like, "When's my murder hornet like stimulus check coming?"
Those are good.
Yeah.
I think it was up in Idaho. There's a toilet paper factory up there. I think it's Idaho, Montana, somewhere up north. Mm-hmm. My dad's buddy's like, I don't know what your guys' problem is in California. We're fine up here. Like they just go there and go pick it up.
That's cool.
Dang.
So
fresh off the sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. Fresh off the roll.
Yeah.
Hot off the rolls. That's awesome. So, it's still very serious, and, we're working through and adapting. But one thing that Garett touched on, and Zack too, is we've got this new website we're rolling out pretty soon. So do you guys want to talk a little bit about that? It's a new buying experience.
Yeah, so this is, you either really like our website or you really don't like our website. And, most of you kind of side on the latter because it reads like an old catalog and it functions about as easy as an old catalog. So the new website's a lot flashier.
Daniel, are you just seeing this for the first time?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, for those listening and not watching anything, we got it pulled up right now, the test site. And so it's a very modern website.
That's a lot easier.
Modern website is what everybody's pretty much used to. Search by vehicle, search by manufacturer, all these easy things, improved search bar, much easier navigation, much easier everything. So there'll be a lot of cool new options and features. We're also working on essentially like a rewards program for like kind of preferred buyers kind of thing. So essentially it'll be once you go over a certain amount of purchases with us in a year, dollar wise, you get thrown in this category. You'll get special things like exclusive swag, early deals on new products, as well as exclusive discounts, things like that. So it's kind of like a premium club that people can just naturally phase into as they buy more stuff with us per year.
I have that with Nordstrom's. They
Nice.
send me an invite. They're like, come have champagne and shop. You're a preferred member. Sorry, Garett, you probably didn't know that.
Yeah, I've heard.
Come drink tequila and build rock crawlers.
You're in the prestige rough stuff club.
That'd be legit. Coors Light, maybe, or like the Yellow Belly.
Yeah.
No, naughty ice.
So yeah, overall, the website's gonna be a huge improvement. And if you ever struggled on our website, like myself, to find something you're trying to buy,
Does the search bar work this time?
search bar works
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah, okay. That's my biggest complaint.
Mine too.
Mine too.
Oh
Mine
yeah,
too.
and it's what's it called? It's like mobile friendly, like all the normal sites are supposed to be, which is cool.
Yeah. So now you can take it on your phone, you flip it sideways, flip it upside down, whatever you want to do. It all works. And it's a dynamic website, whatever that is. And things will be a lot easier to search for. Overall, it's just gonna be a better buying experience, And once you're in that kind of, what do you call it, buyers club, preferred group. Once you're in the loyalty program, you'll get a lot of extra features, which will be cool. They'll be rolling out in the next couple of months with some cool ideas from our marketing crew. But aside from that, we're also working on just streamlining our manufacturing department. We now have 2 Haas CNC lathes that we're now spinning up quite a bit of products on. We're now starting to turn down. Oh, in the last 3 weeks alone, we've probably added 6 new SKUs to that list, maybe more, and while revamping all our old stuff and just essentially finding better ways that are faster and more efficient to make a better product for the customer, which is great because we like bringing as many things as we can in-house, even things that we didn't have the capability to do before. So it's pretty cool to keep things directly within our made in America and directly under our strict quality control standards.
Yeah,
Good for us. It's good for the customer. It's good for everyone. It's good for America.
that's our overall goal. Obviously, is to bring in as much as we can in house and build jobs, keep the control local, reduce lead times, reduce overhead, and just make quality stuff.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it is nice supporting other businesses, using other shops from, the Sacramento area all the way out to Texas, little job shops for things. But, they can't always keep up with our demand or really your guys' demand. And so as the demand goes up, we just got to do what we can to take care of our customers best and ensure that it's 100%, grade A stuff going out for grade A rigs. So might see some little changes here and there. We got some pretty talented machinists, some guys that are pretty good with the G-code programming and all that. And, it's looking pretty good. Adding some new products pretty much every week. There's a new misalignment or tube adapter or Delrin product, some of that nature getting thrown in there, along with changing our old programs. And our guys, Caleb and Wyatt, have really been kicking a lot of ass on that, and the R&D crew. They've been really taking it to the next level.
That door was Dan. I don't know if we're going to cut that out.
He was like, "Can I come in now?"
No, you're 50 minutes late.
You gave me the death eye.
He's all, the different Dan.
He's like, "They swapped me out."
Okay, we'll probably cut that.
That's fine. Yeah. What else is going on? What else have we been doing? How has the COVID-19 or whatever affected your apartment and welding and
If anything, the supply got asked. Oh, we are welding a lot more products, and we cannot keep up at all because everyone's stuck at home. They have nothing else to do besides build their rock crawlers, and it is nuts.
Yeah.
There's not a day to keep trying to improve the shop because there's so much work to be done.
were we running into supply problems from our vendors too, Zach?
Yeah, we have been. That's also a reason why we're taking more things in-house where we can. And, you know, like Daniel was saying, we've had to pick up new staff to keep up with our new demand. And, you know, we're not in the habit of laying people off as soon as we get them in. So overall, the capability we have here will stay at its new increased level. So all those guys can keep their jobs and keep on cranking. But yeah, so it's kind of, you know, it's a challenge, but it's also kind of a blessing in a way, because then it just gets us on our A game even more. You know, we bring in better talent, bring in more talent, we get more hands running, and everybody steps up, which gives everybody an opportunity to grow in the company, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, during these past 2 or what's it been, 3 months now?
It's been since March. Yeah, 3 months.
That's crazy. But yeah, we've seen a lot of people, you know, really come to their own, step up, and make a difference beyond just, you know, clocking in and clocking out. You know, so it's cool to see people growing to their own and really take it serious.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely been a challenging time, but, you know, I think we've all learned a lot out of it, and it's been pretty damn beneficial, honestly, when it comes to, like, you know, really cutting the meat from the fat and getting people serious and seeing what we can do on our own. It's been a good motivating kind of factor, which has been cool.
Speaking of cutting the meat from the fat, Zach, don't you want to tell everybody a very important change you've made in your life?
Oh, yeah. I eat meat now.
After being a vegetarian for 13 years?
I couldn't even tell you how long, yeah. But yeah, steak.
I know that was so crazy when you came in the other day. You're like, I eat steak now.
What? It's pretty great.
Yeah, and in and out. You just went, you didn't even like start light. You just went all the way.
No.
I couldn't be prouder.
It's funny because like
Went to the
Mallory,
Willow Steakhouse in Nevada City, first steak. Excellent choice.
Mallory and I have been talking about like she hates when I say this too, because like we're eating food and I'm just like,
you always
like,
say food can only be so
food
good.
can only be so good.
Especially
and
when
Zach
I was pregnant.
has like this whole new like experience
it's
now.
so unfair.
It's a whole new world.
I had a lot of
It's
expectations while I was pregnant, and you know, pregnant women just love food, and to me, I was like, it's just not. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm like a burger, like there's good burgers and bad burgers, but it can only be so good. It's not like it's gonna be like a new, unique experience every time.
I think that food
Or like
can
a
be
steak.
amazing.
You gotta start getting more stoked on eating, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like all like business. I'm like, all right, let's fill the stomach and get to work.
I don't know.
Keep going.
I buy an extra large pizza, eat it for dinner that night, and then I have some for breakfast the next day, lunch the next day, dinner.
But is it that good?
Pizza's amazing. If you
Pizza
gave it to me
is my
Saturday,
favorite food.
because you can have it so many different ways. I'm
That's
okay with
exactly what I say. You
I do
can
like
have
pizza
all
too.
kinds of pizza anywhere. Taco Bell has a Mexican pizza.
it. Oh, I won't. I can't eat Taco Bell ever again. Ever again.
It's probably good.
Yeah, why
Probably
try
good
to
choice.
get? Yeah, no more Taco Bell. But
So let's get into some of these new products we've rolled out recently. I asked Wyatt, one of our CAD designers, to give me a list, and here's what he said, so we can just work off of this. He said, new and currently available products, the universal winch plate.
Yeah, this is a cool product. This is something actually a lot of folks have been asking for a hell of a long time, and it's the title says it all. It's a universal builder part to mount a winch on virtually any vehicle that the frame will support. It's pretty long. Overall it's 33 inches. It's made out of 1/4-inch steel, and it'll mount your worn the Vantage series, Xeon, all the tough stuff winches. Pretty much any winch that uses 4.5 by 10 inch bolt pattern, something like that. 4.5 by 8 or 4 by 10, yeah.
4.5 by 10, yeah.
And so that's the majority of common winches, besides like the old school big worn
8274.
Daniel's favorite winch.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Don't we all have a favorite winch? Come on.
But Morgan brought his universal
he's
winch
putting
plate
his
home
in
last
right
night.
now.
Yeah, he chopped the living heck out of it.
Yeah.
So
He's putting it in that Ranger
How many
truck.
vehicles does he have?
running or just in general?
Those are two very different numbers.
At one time he had 3 Rangers, an Explorer, and like 3 motorcycles and his cars.
A couple
And
Hondas.
2
Yeah.
cars.
And Steve's Infiniti.
Season.
Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
Infiniti?
no,
Or no, it's an
Acura.
Acura. Yeah.
Acura, yeah.
He has an Acura.
The one vehicle that has been stocked for more than a year. I don't think he's ever owned anything that he's left alone for a week.
So how many registrations is that?
Oh, God.
I'm wondering when he's
I
going to
bet there's
dealer's
probably
license.
like 2 or 3 current registrations out of that whole mix. But
So another product we have is the new Beefy Axle Truss.
yeah, so this is pretty cool. This is if you've been buying our parts for a while, we've had a Beefy axle truss for a long time. This is the second generation of that truss. So it's a 3-piece design, super simple, a great way to reinforce just your tubes or give you a nice place to mount up some links. Has a 6.68 rise to it from the center line all the way up to the inner section of the brace, and then what is that? What do we got? A total about 8 and
Do you need glasses?
8.32. Yes, I do.
Yeah, dang.
Because I can
I'm
see
not
that
gonna wear
really
that.
easily.
Yeah.
It's just over 5/16, 8 and 5/16.
Yeah, so 8 and 5/16 tall. It's a simple design that is incredibly useful. Has a lot of space to mount stuff too. That's a 1/4-inch thick upper plate. And
real quick, we got
pretty
open
dope.
enrollment coming up.
I was just
Zach,
gonna say, do you
pretty
have our
soon, so we can
vision
get, vision.
I don't think you do. I think you just have dental.
I can
and-
read it. Just takes me longer to see things.
We're having
now.
open enrollment next month.
I can
so
read
we'll
everything
get
on
you
all
vision.
these boards. It
See
just
what
takes me a
happens with all
moment
that
to look at it.
cholesterol? Now you know our feelings.
It's just since you started eating meat
I think
that
the
his
funniest
vision's
thing. So
going.
like I was doing the same thing for like a long time. Like, and the funniest thing was Mallory she'd always have me drive at night because like the
I'm really bad. I have
you
night
have
glasses, but they still don't work.
No, but they're called like they're not
Oh, I have
cataracts, but they're like
I have
astigmatism, right? And so she's like, "Can you drive at night? Can you drive at night?" Because like the lights always look like stars.
They
or
spray. So headlights and stoplights spray
Yeah.
in my eyes at night.
And so the funny thing is I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'll drive. And I went to the same optometrist that she goes to, and we actually have like the same prescription.
I think mine's just
It's
worse. Like my stigmatism's
My left eye
worse.
was like identical, and my right eye was like a tiny bit different. Your glasses worked like really good for me, and
Why
it was just
did
funny
my
because
doctor
like
release my personal medical information to you about my eyes? That's a HIPAA violation.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah. But I thought that was really funny. How I'm just like always driving. I'm like, yeah, cool, I'll drive. I can see.
But yours is just as bad.
Yeah.
It's convenient how that happens sometimes. Just end up driving.
Yeah, Marissa we were driving one day and she goes, "Oh, I don't have my contacts or my glasses." I'm like, "Then why are you driving right now?"
Is it that bad with her?
Oh, terrible! Like she can see from like a couple feet, and then after that, it's like it starts to get blurry. Like she's okay, but it was just like, "What are you doing?" I think it was when we're on our road trip. We're driving. I was too tired to drive. I was gonna fall asleep, and we wake up. Or I wake up and she's like, "Hey, can you drive? Like, I can't see anymore." I'm like, "Where's your glasses?" "What glasses?" I'm like,
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I stopped wearing mine because the transitioning back and forth. Because like I can still see you really well. It's just the from far away. It's like everything's like a little bit blurry, like the small things. But transitioning like daily from glasses to no glasses is like annoying. Like your brain has to adjust. So.
Yeah, so I'm never gonna get glasses. If I can't see, I can't see.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I made it this far.
Let's talk about the Ford to Chevy caliper conversion disc brake brackets.
Yes, this is for the Ford Dana 60 front axle. If you ever use these calipers on the factory Ford trucks, they are a massive pain in the ass. So this switches it out to the same caliper we use on all our disc brake swap kits, which is a Chevy 3/4 ton caliper from pretty much the square body era, 73 to 87 K20 front caliper. And it just makes it, 1, cheaper to get replacements, and 2, a hell of a lot more convenient to set up and replace. Overall, if you've ever replaced these brakes, you've realized you probably never want to do them again. So it's well worth just getting a set of brackets, swapping them over. If you've already done the rear conversion using our setup, boom, all your calipers are the same then. Pretty damn convenient overall, and they look good.
We have a new spare tire mounting plate. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this has a variety of new patterns. This has the Polaris and Can-Am patterns. This has the Tundra 5-lug, which is the newer Tundra pattern. This has the big GM 8-lug pattern, which is an 8 on 180 or something like that. And then doesn't it have another one in there as well? Oh, it has Ford, was it 6 on 139 or 135, something like that? Which is like modern Ford half-ton.
Wait, Jeep makes a WK? What is that?
Where?
Is that a typo? Or is there a WK?
No, a WK. That's like a...
I've never heard that.
It's one of the new independent suspension or independent front end Jeeps. What is that? Like a...
I'm not a Jeep guy.
I don't know. It's a mom hauler. I don't know.
Oh,
what
is it
you
like
call
a Grand
it.
Cherokee?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Something
well,
like
if it's
that,
a
yeah.
W, there's the WJ.
We'll
and
put them on
then
Mother's Day sale.
Yeah.
a Jeep WK. Look that up if you're at home.
If you're building a mom crawler, that's the plate you need.
I'm a mom crawler. Does the Gladiator have an acronym?
JT.
I haven't heard that one either. Have you?
Jeep truck.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, look what we're learning today.
Yeah, and then next we have a couple double adjuster sleeves. This is a really easy way to adjust upper links or a drag link or a track bar, virtually anything that you'd be using a 7/8 Heim or a 7/8 one-ton tie rod in, which is what we sell in all of our steering kits. That's the 18 TPI option. The 14 TPI will be all your 7/8 Heims. This is a really easy way to adjust your upper links or your tie rod, drag link, whatever, without having to pull it off. You know, if you ever installed a Y-link steering kit that has any kind of bend like the Jeep kit we offer, you've probably had much of a hard time setting that all up. And I bet your alignment guy, if you use an alignment guy, probably hates you as much as he hates us. So this is kind of a lifesaver for that. This is, you know, it's a little pricey, honestly. It's $50 option, but you know what? It's well worth the time. It's well worth the money. You know, you're a little extra welding, a little extra cash.
I think it replaces the tube adapter though too, right?
Oh yeah,
so
it does.
that
Yeah,
actually,
no, same amount of welding. Yeah, it just does a full-on replacement. So it's
So what's, I don't know what a tube adapter costs, but it's probably like $15 or something.
Yeah, and if you cut your tube too short, you can slap that on there. It's longer, and you can save yourself if you cut it a couple inches too short, probably.
Yeah. So it's a simple little upgrade option you can add into most of your linkage that's using any kind of 7/8 end, whether it's a Heim or tie rod end. And available in the left-hand thread. Eventually we may do a right-hand option. And it's a pretty cool product all around, I gotta say. It's pretty damn handy when you actually start using it, how easy it is to adjust things versus having to pull out a link, you know, an upper link or... You know,
you have to do a full rotation for that too. You can't just do like a quarter or an eighth rotation.
No,
without this unit. If you have a bent track bar or a bent steering arm or whatever,
yeah, you can fine tune it pretty well.
The great part about the extra length too is that if you have a off the shelf control arm kit and the uppers just aren't working for you, you can cut out what you have tube adapter wise, throw this in there, and get all the adjustability you need and make up for that gap of what you had to cut out, which is pretty cool.
That's true, yeah.
It's kind of like fix the other guy's mess up kind of product, or fix your own mess up, or build it right and be able to adjust it whenever the hell you want, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Two other things we just recently got are a new hat and a new t-shirt.
I was thinking about that, yeah.
So the marketing guys, Michael and Sean, they took our round logo, the one that you've seen on our website with the sticker.
Yeah.
And they put a patch on, it's like a lower profile, are we calling it a trucker hat?
It's actually not a trucker hat. It's like similar to like the Jefferson 112 cut hats, which is more of like a low peak trucker kind of fit. You know, it's still snapback, still has the mesh on the back, but doesn't have the high peak on the top.
Okay, so it looks like a trucker, but without the high peak, I guess.
Yeah, you know, if
like I said, a low profile trucker hat. But
exactly.
we'll circle
right around. We also got those in flex fit as well.
Oh, we did.
All you guys that like
that's
the
cool.
classic flex fits.
Cool.
You know, if you're to compare it, really, it looks like a flex fit with a mesh back. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's a good looking hat.
Yeah.
You know, it has the class or our new round logo, which looks pretty sweet all embroidered in there. New shirts are pretty badass as well. Has that round logo on the chest. Has an American flag on the arm.
Yes.
And it has our classic logo on the back.
I love the American flag on the arm.
Yeah.
Me
Those
too.
are my
It's my
favorite.
favorite flag.
And the shirts are finally longer.
Are they?
Shirts are slightly longer, yes,
they're
for
longer.
big, tall people like Daniel.
Yeah, I like it a lot more.
I guess they're
Good.
pre-shrunk too. That's what they were saying.
Are they?
That's what Michael was saying.
I
yeah.
didn't know that. I saw Stephen Wolf wearing one, and I was like, he was like, it's great length. I was like, I hope when you wash it, it doesn't shrink, but it's pre-shrunk. That's awesome.
I think everything still always like shrinks with like
A tiny
with
bit.
the dryer and stuff. I think,
Yeah.
you know, but at least it won't shrink.
Dry
ton.
clean only.
Yeah, dry.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, super fancy.
That's cool. So
My
we should
favorite-
be releasing those probably soon. Those
Pretty
the
soon.
apparel.
Yeah, so the whole goal with this shirt is to have a super cheap, super economical work shirt that you can get a couple of them, and if you thrash one, who cares? You know, it's not an arm and a leg. It's not going to be a $20 t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty damn cheap for what it is, and we're going to work in some deals where if you buy, you know, a 5-pack of them, you get a pretty sweet little knockdown in price, so you can wear this every single day of the week. And, you know, it's nice to have a shop shirt that you don't care about getting beat up. And it's cool to have a logo of a company you like to support. We appreciate you wearing it. And, you know, if you thrash it, get rid of it. Go get another one for a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Just a good economical work shirt.
Totally.
That's no frills, no BS. It's not fancy. It's just a good shirt.
And if you wear it on your wedding day, we will give you
$1,000 store credit.
Don't say that. But remember when Jesse, I think it's Ginn, wore a rough stuff hat on his
Jesse
wedding
Gwynn?
day? Gwynn,
Yeah.
is that it?
Yeah.
He wore a rough stuff hat on his wedding day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You
That
look
was
great.
great.
You look great.
Maybe we'll send it like a swag pack for anyone who does that.
Yeah, we won't give you $1,000 gift certificate.
I'll give you $1,000 check then. If you wear a rough stuff shirt on your wedding day.
Put a Lincoln logo next to it. I'll do it.
All right, Daniel. It's on.
You remember Jay Wyatt?
Yeah.
He was. What did he tell his wife? That
He
was
told
gonna-
his wife Kelly that they were going to put a rough stuff banner at the altar. He told her it for like a month, I think, and she was really mad, but they didn't.
That's
She was
great.
like, "We are not doing that."
He should have kept his word.
I agree. Some of these upcoming new products, we've got the DIY rock slider kit.
That's one actually. So I totally I guess put the what's it called? Put the chicken before the egg or whatever it's called.
I don't even know.
I don't know either. The
cart before the horse.
Yeah, on like podcasts like 1 through 3 somewhere in there, we talked about the rock slider, and and we were talking about pricing or something like that, and I was like, oh, these are going to be done by this podcast release. Well, I spoke too soon, and
like 5 months
old
too
design.
soon.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
5
we
months
actually
too
totally
soon.
scrapped that design and went for something else.
Because it was hard to manufacture. It was hard to get something just. Yeah, it was
It's hard to make that kit universal, where this kit is truly universal. You know, you don't even need a tube bender to use this. You can
Yeah.
build rock sliders without a tube bender. You got a chop saw, or you're good with a angle grinder. That's all you need.
So I totally messed up on that. Sorry about that.
We're human. Hey, they still make mistakes at Tesla. I think Elon Musk just I don't know. I think he launched another spaceship and something went wrong. Those
direction.
things always make me feel better.
I remember they did like did a whole production line of like robotic welders, and it completely fell on his face. And he said something like, "Oh, you can't, it's tough to replace people, obviously."
Karma.
Yeah.
Hey, was it spaceship electric?
No.
I don't know.
I didn't
That's a
think
good
so.
question.
Nope. Ain't gonna work.
Rocket fuel.
Give it up.
Anyway, the DIY rock slider kit is going to be pretty kick-ass kit. You could use it as a true rock slider, or you could just build a set of kick-ass steps for your work truck or whatever.
We also have the JK front track bar with double adjuster.
Yeah, so that's using the double adjuster sleeves that we mentioned before. Makes your JK track bar way more tunable. Really get it exactly where you need, and with that longer body on it, you'll be able to work with a variety of different size lifts, which is pretty convenient. Also be doing a bracket for the front of those as well, as they seem to shear off all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, I think in one weekend we heard about between 2 of our employees, 4 of them breaking. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
Not
Lewis?
in there. Well, Lewis broke one, and then his friend Lincoln's boss's wife broke one, and then her friend broke one, and then Steve ran into 2 people on Rubicon. Same bracket broken. So
Wow.
Sounds like Jeep just can't party.
Yeah.
you just can't party, so we're making it a little tougher with some 1/4-inch steel. So that'll be coming out pretty soon as well, along with that track bar that has the double adjuster option.
We got a JK diff cover steering stabilizer. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, well, this is actually the full relocation kit and everything, just like what we have for the TJ, XJ, LJ, ZJ, MJ, all the older Jeeps that had the Dana 30, in the older generation of Jeeps. Essentially, it has your steering stabilizer tabs mounted around the diff cover. Super easy. Use a tube clamp for a 1.5-inch tie rod. All of a sudden, we will have that for the JK Dana 30 and JK Dana 44 pretty soon. That will be a cool product. They've been one of our best sellers for a good amount of time now. Definitely made the Dana 30s popular again, and so it'll be cool to have that for the newer generation of those axles.
The steering stabilizers ticket.
Yeah, makes it happen.
U-bolt plate bump stop pad.
Yeah, this is cool. This is a simple idea based on a kind of quick fix that Wyatt made one day when he needed to mount some bumps.
Is that something we're making right now, or is that
These
just in
are
process?
all upcoming products in the
this
works.
is-
Have you
Oh,
been
okay.
looking on the website
these
for
are
them?
very
I'm like,
You
what's
looked
that?
confused.
Yeah.
These are all upcoming new products.
Yeah.
Starting with the DIY rock slider kit.
Gotcha.
These are all.
Yeah, I
in the
know about
works.
them. I'm like, I don't think these are in production yet. I don't know what you
No.
guys are talking about.
You gotta pay
Yeah.
attention.
Product meeting at 1 o'clock, Garrett. We're going to fresh you all back up
Yeah, Wyatt made those bump stops plates
for
when-
the Cherokee he had.
Oh yeah, he still
Or
has
Grand
it.
Cherokee? I don't know.
No, it's just a regular
Is it regular? Yeah.
$400 Cherokee.
Perfect. Best price for next Jay. But yeah, these are really cool. So this is very similar to the super beefy U-bolt plates we already offer, but with a sweet little pad that'll allow you to mount a bump stop off of. It's pretty convenient. It'll be a nice economical way to mount one when you don't have a ton of room on your axle due to shocks or whatever you got going on back there. After that, we also have some TJ motor mounts that are just about done. We'll have a 1-inch lifted one, so that's for a body lift of 1 inch. Seems to be pretty common in a lot of folks. And then we'll also be doing a OEM height one. You know, if you're in the Rust Belt or just any other kind of wet, shitty climate that just rusts out everything you have, this is something that you may be looking for right now, and you should definitely go with 1/4-inch steel because it's way superior to whatever junk stuff you're going to get on, you know, the local parts store.
Amazon.
Yeah.
And I mean, if the bushings wear out, you just replace them with new bushings instead of having, because like the bushings on like the stock ones, you have to replace the whole mount, right? Yeah, because they're like the pieces are inside the rubber.
Well,
Yeah.
not even that. Depending on how much you lift your Jeep, and also brings up the height of the motor, and you can fit it without a body lift, and you can fit it up and get a better angle, lose vibration in your driveline.
If you want to tuck everything up high, you know, and you have like more of a cowl hood, you totally do that really easy and suck everything up. So it's a cool product, and the bushings Garrett's referring to is our standard suspension bushings that we offer. There's a Daystar product, which, if you're familiar with Daystar at all, is a kick-ass company that makes some great rubber products and poly products. So these are, you know, super common. You can get them at almost any four-wheel drive specialty store and swap them out as you need. And then the last one has been kind of a long-running project that's changed 3 or 4 times, but is actually a super tough, super gnarly, beautifully built overland bed rack. This will hold your rooftop tent, you know, your track boards, your max tracks, whatever brand you want to get. It's got your, you know, you can mount your, what do you call it, fuel things, rotopacks, whatever, all that stuff. Put your shovel on it, whatever. Put your fire extinguishers. I don't know. Whatever you want to do to go on your overlanding adventures, you can bring. What would you put on there, Daniel?
A tent.
Perfect.
Tent, shovel, and an axe.
That's all you
Probably
need.
make a chainsaw holder in there, something like that.
Beautiful.
Probably build a little basket underneath it for other stuff I don't want to get soaked by my ice chest that leaks like crazy. But I don't know. If it's all done in August, I'll take it.
Take it for your trip, Daniel. Yeah, no, so this is a pretty cool rack. If you've been watching the stories, you may have seen a little bit. It works on, you know, it'll work on a full size, you know, 2500 Cummins. It'll work on a Nissan Frontier. It'll work on your 1988 Toyota mini truck. It'll work on your Comanche. If it has a bed, this kit will work on it. It is compatible with all of the T-slot systems, which you'll find on, you know, trucks like Toyota brand, Nissan brand, or any truck that has it retrofitted on there. It's a nice, easy way to mount it up. Otherwise, it clamps right in. A little special C-clamp that our dude Danny made. Super simple. Just slam it in with impact. You are good to go. And it's going to be pretty economically priced. The real trick when this comes out, though, is get it on the first run because we'll be doing a promo price on this product. So you'll probably be able to save about $100 to $150 when this kit first launches. It's going to be much more economical than a lot of the other options on, and it's
Probably has more options too, and you don't get it with powder coated, so it doesn't scare you to weld it or
that's the
add on
beauty
to
of
it.
this. This is like made to be customized to your application. This isn't something that's coded and it's one and done. It is what it is, and you look like every other dude out there. This is something for the builder that, you know, doesn't want to go buy a ton of steel and plasma it out himself. So this is all the building components, or if a guy just wants to go throw it on, go have fun, boom, hit rattle can it, hit some steel it, get it powdered at your local shop, whatever you want to do, this thing's good to go.
And it's not too heavy if I can remember.
No, yeah, when we stopped using 1/4-inch steel for everything, it helped a lot. It saved 77 pounds off that kit per rack. So I guess we shaved about 140
post?
pounds. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, per side.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to build everything out of the thickest stuff you can find because it looks cool and it won't break. But then you start cranking it too hard, you start pulling the bed sides in.
I remember that conversation like in the product meeting. Everyone was like, "Are you sure we should go thinner?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." You guys like, okay. and then like, well, let's do 3/16 first. And let's do 1/8 inch.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
It's a
Like,
process. You have to wean them off the beef.
Even like Danny was drawing it, and like he's not even from like the rock crawling community, and he was like,
from the moto world.
I don't know. I think 1/4 inch might be the way to go. Like,
I'm telling you, it's an addiction.
yeah.
Yeah, but just like any of our products, beautifully laser cut. It's welded by our dudes in house. It's a very nicely put together kit, and guarantee it's going to be a lot tougher than the cab of your truck. Honestly, it's a pretty good looking kit. It's pretty tough, and it's going to be economical, which is a big thing with most of our products. Want people to be able to enjoy it. You're already going to spend a bunch of money on a tent. You don't need to spend a bunch of money on the rack. So that'll be coming out in the next couple months as well. That'll be very exciting for this summer.
Cool. So we just want to talk about some coming up events. One thing that we're doing, which I think this is the second year we're doing it, is a trail cleanup. The date we have set right now is 6/27. If we change it, we'll put it on our social media. So Garrett, why don't you explain what that is?
So what that is, it's like El Dorado County has, they have these things called rock energy dissipators, and there's sediment runoff that comes off the trail, and they go into these rock energy dissipators, and we need to measure the sediment and then give that reporting back to the county. And they want to make sure that beyond like what is naturally happening from the weather, like the rock crawling community isn't causing more erosion or whatever, and they can just manage like what's happening and then make any fixes if we need to. And then we also check trail maintenance, like if there's other sections where there's like rocks we have to put in on the trail, or at least take photos and say, hey, this is getting low, we need someone to helicopter them in or bring them in on a truck. And so we do a small section of the trail, and
we've adopted a section of the Rubicon Trail,
right?
And that is our rough stuff section, so we have to maintain that section.
Exactly, yeah. And so there's a bunch of other people that do different sections, and we're part of that crew.
Is it Walker?
Yeah, it's from Walker to Walker Hill to like the bridge. What's the bridge? Ellis Creek.
Is that far? Oh, that's long. It's a lot of work.
It's not super small.
No, actually, it's half that. I'm sorry. That's what it used to be.
It was the full thing, right?
It was the full thing. Yeah, you're right. Group. Yeah, there's like gotcha. I'm trying to remember where it's at, but like when you get past the bridge, and then there's like a 90-degree turn up these rocks. Mm-hmm. That's where we start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting together a crew, rough stuff crew, like last year, to go out with some shovels, some pails, and do the digging. And it's also a great opportunity to go camping, get out on the trails with the rough stuff crew. So we're extending that invite.
Making a day of it. Gonna be camping out there. It'll be a fun time.
I think some people are going in on Friday night. And then the 27th is a Saturday, right?
Yeah. So we'll go, like some of us will go, like I'll probably go in the morning early. Mm-hmm. And just get on the trail as quick as possible, and then some guys will already be on the trail. So
you can reach out to us through DMs on Instagram if you have any questions, how to get there, what time.
It's super obvious who we are there, because you'll see guys walking around with shovels on the trail, and everyone like stops and they're like,
"Are we burying a dead body?"
They want to know if like we're like police and stuff. It's so funny. Like they're just like super skeptical
I'll
of who we are.
get everyone the little gold sticker badges from the police station.
Did you hear about last year? Stephen Wolf, his buddy came up. Some dude rolls up and he goes, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Just burying our dog."
Yeah, we had Nick on after that. Actually, this last year.
Oh yeah, we had Steven and Nick. Yeah, his friend Nick. We had them on. They were on like episode 3 or 4, I think. Yeah.
I don't know what to do if somebody said that to me. I'm like, wow.
I think they had like a different response like every time.
Yeah, every time. Yeah. But I'm assuming you're taking the razor.
Yeah, we'll be taking the razor up.
I called CJ.
And then we'll be bringing some marketing guys up too.
Who's CJ?
No, TJ.
Oh, TJ.
Steven thinks we can get it all the way in there.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you can get it out.
Why not?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you could actually. It's not that bad. It's just 2-wheel drive essentially.
What's wrong with the 4-wheel drive?
Well, I mean, there's no lockers or anything. It's all stock.
Oh, it's
axles
open?
Yeah.
Dana 35 needs a Lincoln locker.
Another event we have is Sierra Trek. So that's the first weekend in August. We're going to send out 2 guys from our staff for sure. Morgan is going to go. He's been on the podcast. He did the Adrian Janik episode. And I think he was on
KOH recap.
KOH recap. He's a fan favorite, I would say, next to Daniel, of course. So he's going to be out there. We're not sure who the second guy is going to be going.
Yeah.
Dan Fredrickson might be out there fishing with his fly fishing pole.
Yeah, there's a good chance a lot of the crew will be up there. So, if you guys are out and you want a great time and you want to support our local Cal 4-wheel, come on out. Have a great time. Sierra Trek is a really cool event as it is, but the area in particular up by Meadow Lake is just spectacular. So
that's 100% on, though, with the COVID thing, right? Have you guys heard back?
so far, so good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they cancel Jeepers Jamboree?
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't go to that event anymore.
Huh.
I believe they
I have a
did.
feeling
don't
they
It
did.
should be like right now, or it's right
It's
around
July.
4th of July. Yeah.
It's-
So
I think
probably
it's-
in a couple
It's
weeks.
July 5th. It's like mid-July. They
Okay.
pick up those 3 weekends, and GPUSA good jumps in there too and does their thing.
Yeah, if they are going on, I actually haven't seen much about it yet.
Yeah.
But that's a good question.
After Sierra Trek, we have, or I think we're doing it before. We're doing it the last Friday, right, in July. We're going to be doing Dan Day. And I actually will get the date. It should be Friday, July 31st.
Yeah, so this is Dan's birthday, and we like to hang out, raise a bunch of money for charity. I think we're doing Shriners again this year.
We are.
It's a great...
last year we donated, I think around, I can't even remember, a couple $1,000s for sure.
I think in total we were able to raise about $7,000.
Yeah, we
between-
matched. So we raised about 3,200, and we matched. Our goal was 3,000, so we matched the 3,000.
Oh, gotcha.
So I think it was around 6,200
Gotcha.
approximately.
Yeah, shooting for a lot more this year. We'd like to raise a ton of money for those kids and everybody else that gets help from the Shriners group. Those people are awesome. If you're not familiar with them, you should definitely look them up because they're doing some pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah. So last year we did water balloon launch, pie in the face for Dan. The year before we did the dunk tank.
That was fun.
Yeah. So we're not sure what we're going to do this year, but we might shave his head. He said
Yeah.
no
Oh my
on the
God.
beard. He said no on the beard. It's okay. He doesn't listen to this podcast.
Actually,
But
I really hope
he does.
I think he does.
I hope you follow through with that.
So he says, at first he said no. Then I told him, it's for the children, Dan. And then he said, well, he wants to hear what else we can come up with.
Yeah.
And otherwise, we'll leave it as a last resort. I think it's going to be great. He already has a skullet. It's going to be one shave horizontally around his dome, and it's off.
Why don't you just give him a straight up mullet then?
To have
He
a
should
mullet,
have
you have
already
to
has-
have it
No,
on the front. He has a skullet.
We can give him a wig.
No, it's too
If
hot.
you could just shave the sides, keep the back there, everyone will look at him very
What if we did a
differently.
rat
We'll
tail?
definitely look at them differently.
Just a rat tail, because he does kind of have long hair right now. So he's not thrilled about it, but it's for the children.
Yeah, if we raise enough money, we're definitely shaving his head.
Yeah,
so.
I think we will.
Donate.
So, yeah, please donate. We'll launch all of that mid-July. You'll see all of it on our social media. We'll be pushing it really hard. We'll match whatever you guys donate. It's for great cause. Shriners is absolutely amazing. They do some of the most state-of-the-art things for children. They're building prosthetics and
In-house building, too, which is very
yeah, Sean and Michael, our marketing guys, went and toured it last year when they dropped off the check. It's in, I think it's in Sacramento, and they're just doing some fabulous things. So, and I know last year when we posted about it, some of our followers and customers were saying like they were a Shriners kid and
cool. Or a brother or sister or
Yeah.
a cousin, yeah.
and that they could attest and attribute that it was an amazing cause. So we felt like might as well do it again.
Yeah, they change lives, so it's a good group to support. They push the bar, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They really do.
We're excited about that. And then lastly, Cantina, which I'm not 100% positive if Cantina's happening. I looked on I know it got canceled last year because they were doing some trail construction.
Are they redoing all in like campsites
Last year.
I'm pretty sure they're all done with them though. I haven't been up there in a while.
So I just wasn't sure with coronavirus that they're.
I mean, it's what, in September?
It's Labor Day weekend. Yeah.
So I don't see why not.
Yeah. And it's outdoors. So you can socially distance in your vehicle.
Have you been up and seen the campsites yet?
No, I'll go up on our cleanup day, but I
Have
no
you, Zach,
idea.
seen the campsites done?
No.
I know they're not letting anybody camp right now up there.
Yeah.
Not allowed to camp.
But you can wheel the Rubicon.
Yeah, you can still go
Yeah.
wheeling.
Yeah,
You
they
can
just
disperse,
don't want you
just
like
can't in their
cohabitating.
campsite.
So that's all we got.
Yeah. Been an interesting couple months, but we're stronger for it, you know.
I feel like we're pushing a lot harder, getting more products out the door really fast on all the new stuff. White and Caleb have put it to a new level.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a great
And
R&D
Danny.
team.
And
Yes,
Danny.
and Danny.
Yeah.
Can't forget about Danny.
Danny's been grinding.
Yeah. This has been a really interesting year. We've come back to a whole new world, but we're grateful to be back, grateful for our listeners. Thank you for tuning in. You can use coupon code Rough Stuff Podcast for 10% off your order anytime, day or night. Follow us on Instagram, Rough Stuff Specialties. And stay tuned because we will be back on track with podcasts.
Yeah, this marks the beginning of us getting back into the circulation. So
We're going to have some guests, some racers.
if you didn't like this one, you'll probably like the next one.
You're not going to like everyone. And maybe we can circle back and have the Dan on, you know.
Yeah.
The OG Dan.
Yeah.
The did you mention the email address too? Okay.
Oh, no. We have an email. Is it podcast@roughstuffspecialties.com?
Yeah.
We want to hear your feedback. We want you to also tell us, and you can DM us on Instagram too. We want to know what you want to hear, what guests you want us to have, what you want us to, you know.
Or if you have ideas for Dan's birthday
Oh,
bash.
yes. Dan Day. Please tell us.
What about Snail Trail? What's his name?
Oh, Jimmy?
Yeah, should
Jimmy
have him
Black.
come in.
Yeah, that'd
he's
be cool.
He's a really cool guy.
What
He's
if,
a real cool guy.
what if we give Dan a tattoo for Dan Day?
So down.
Would he?
Rough Stuff tattoo.
I think
On
he
the
would
neck.
never. I think
Under
he
the
would
beard.
never.
No, that's not okay. He needs one.
That's
He's-
not okay.
He started it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Can't back out now.
It's not like he's taking his shirt off everywhere he goes. It's fine.
All right. Thank you, Daniel, for being our extra special Dan.
Dan guess.
Yeah. What are they? Our standby. That's what they call
I'm
it.
the replacement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
I'm not mad about it.
All right.
Oh yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Peace out.
Adios.